Hey, what up, decisive marketers? And in this video, we're going to be talking about Authoritas, how to use it, and make a comparison against Ahrefs. Now, Authoritas is a backlink competitor research tool that also comes with keyword research and rank tracking. And there is a very cool feature where you can actually make use of Authoritas to quickly outreach for backlinks. Right now, before we get started, before we jump in, if you enjoy digital marketing and e-commerce content, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you like to join a community of software and lifetime deal enthusiasts, be sure to join my Facebook group, and the link is in the video description. Now let's dive into Authoritas. So this is the dashboard of Authoritas, and what you can see here is that um, the dashboard is pretty bare, and it's actually very tedious on your eyes because the fonts are so small, and there is nothing interesting, and the menu items are very vague, such as content 360, author discovery, things like that. Just doesn't tell us what it does well, and you just kind of have a very bad idea of how to navigate through the dashboard. And to make your experience better, I recommend that you zoom in. Right, if you are using a full HD monitor, I recommend you to zoom in, and that way, the dashboard looks a lot easy on your eyes, right? So the cool thing about Authoritas is that it has a dashboard, customized dashboard feature. So you can create multiple dashboards and add multiple widgets within the dashboard itself that shows you different data, and so that you can easily look at your website SEO data easily, conveniently in the dashboard itself. Right, so there is a market analysis feature over here. Okay, sorry, before we get into this, right, let me just kind of show you, because Authoritas is actually they seem to be working on a new dashboard, and it actually looks a lot better than the current one that you're seeing right here. Okay, so this is actually their new dashboard, right? They have, it's just a lot more easy on the eyes, although it's a little bit smaller, so I'll still kind of zoom in so that I could see everything easily, right? And the new dashboard is only working for just a couple of features in here, so it doesn't work for everything. So you are at this point, if you're jumping into Authoritas, you are kind of switching between different the versions of Authoritas here, right? So they have a market analysis feature here. Right, so I won't be diving into all the features, and I'm just going in and showing you some of the important ones and the ones that I actually find very interesting in Authoritas that is not really available in other tools. Okay, so with Authoritas over here, you can put in your competitors' websites. Let's say I were to put in Ahrefs. Okay, so you got to click on the website. Okay, and it will tell you the the number of keywords, the ranking URL. It kind of give you an overview of your competitor you know data itself, right? And you can see that they have 531 keywords. Okay, so sorry, let me just kind of switch this up a little bit. Let's put this as United States. Okay, and let's look at the data here, and see how accurate it is, right? So they have it shows that in the United States search engine itself, for Ahrefs, they have 27,481 keywords that are actually indexed in Google itself. So let's take a look at the data in Ahrefs. So I'm just going to put in ahrefs.com into Ahrefs itself, and let's look at the data over here. So it says that it has 202,000 keywords, but let's just kind of filter down to the United States data, and it shows 81,056 keywords that are actually indexed in Ahrefs, right? So with Authoritas, it is lacking in a lot of data over here, I would say. Okay, and kind of gives you an idea of their visibility index. Okay, and let's dive into the keyword features. So they have a keyword rank tracking, and we're going to look into the keyword explorer feature. So it's kind of hidden because you're kind of switching between different tools, right? Different dashboard itself. So with with this one, right, you got to kind of click on something else like the page analysis, right? Because the keyword explorer is a new feature, and I would like to say that Authoritas data is actually pretty accurate, at least for the US Google itself, right? So let's say we were to search for iPhone. Okay, it's taking a while, right? So it shows 0, but once it's done, it kind of gives you better data over here. So it says that iPhone itself, the keyword has 1 million search volume a month in Google, right? So let's look at um the data in Google keyword planner itself. So this data is actually coming directly from Google. So this data is definitely going to be much more accurate than whatever you see in anywhere else, right? So but to get this precise data in Google Keyword Planner, you would have to run ads with Google Ads before they kind of show you this data here. So with iPhone, what Google Keyword Planner is showing is that it has 1.22 million searches per month, and so we can see some discrepancy over here. So let's look at the next one, Apple iPhone products, right? So let's look at that keyword and see how it works. Apple iPhone products. Okay, and you can see, right, I'm actually searching in US here. So the average monthly searches is 210. It shows here 320. So there's some discrepancy, right? Some keywords are higher, some keywords are lower. And let's just sort this. Okay, let's look at more keywords. Okay, a lot of spelling errors over here. So let's look for Apple phones. Right, Apple phones. Okay, so Apple phones is 301,000, and it is 246,000 over here. Right, so I would say it is not entirely accurate, but it is pretty close, right? It's pretty close because what I've done with Ahrefs seems to give an even bigger discrepancy. So I'm just kind of show you right here. So let's put in Apple phones. Okay, and we're gonna search, and you can see it's 23,000. And this is actually 246,000 here. This shows 23,000, right? So it's a much bigger discrepancy against Google Keyword Planner's data. So I would say that with Ahrefs keyword volume data, it's not very accurate at all. I wouldn't trust it, and in fact, I would trust Authoritas data much more if you don't have access to Google Ads, Google Keyword Planner itself. And I'm not going to show you the rest of the feature. I'm just going to show you the FAQ Explorer here, and I would say that it seems to do a nice job when it comes to the because right now I'm actually in Singapore, so I'm just going to use the Singapore uh, region over here and look at the FAQ questions, right? So this is actually generating the okay, so it's not able to find anything, it seems. Let me just refresh and see if there's anything. Okay, never mind. Let's look at this previous one that I actually searched for, and I use the US region. Okay, US region, and you can see the FAQ questions in here, right? So I've already done some search, right? So the first one is, what is Ahrefs? So what is Ahrefs actually? Over here it says it shows a help center article in here, which is accurate, right? So it's then the next one is Ahrefs free, right? So let's look at that. So it's accurate as well. Okay, and is Ahrefs worth the money, right? So is Ahrefs worth the money? So it's correct as well. It's linking to, it's showing a backlink code. Okay, so this is actually accurate, right? So with Authoritas, right? So it's actually giving you very good people also ask questions, so that these can all come in, and you can write content based on this question, so that you can try and take over the uh, featured snippet within Google itself. Okay, featured snippet within Google itself, and you can hook up your search console in here, and there is a content 360 feature here, which I have not actually crop it fully, so it's not able to get any data right now. So uh what content 360 does is that it gives you an it does kind of what do you call that, on-site SEO search, right? Sorry, on-site SEO audit, right? On-site SEO audit, and it kind of tells you in terms of some issues you have in terms of your content, right? How many links you have, how many outgoing links, external links, and some of the keywords that are ranking for this page itself. That's what Content 360 does. It gives you an overview of your content itself. So the next one is link data. So this is actually what we all want to be looking at, because this is the uh, this is the this is the pie, right? So this is the 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 price, right, for us all, right? So the cool thing that it does over here. So I'm just gonna put in this website over here. Okay, so this is a website that I own, and actually put it to test in Authoritas, and you can see that sorry, so this is should be my website, my other website over here. Okay, now let's just use this one. We can just switch it over to this website, and you can see that it shows me 154 websites that are linking to me. But in Ahrefs, I actually get a data of 387, and I would say that I definitely trust Ahrefs data way more than Authoritas, because uh, with Ahrefs, their crawl bots are way more active around the internet, right? So I would say that Ahrefs data is definitely much more accurate and updated than Authoritas, but it's not too far off, right? I mean, if you still want to get some data, that's what it does. And let's look at the do follow links. Okay, we can just apply here, and we can see that there are 112 do follow links. And let's look at what we have over here, and we actually show 285 referring domains, right? So this shows 112 referring domains with do follow links, but I actually get 285 links over here, right? So one thing cool about um, Authoritas is that, okay, so it actually tells you uh, is your keyword in backlinks, and okay, so it doesn't actually, okay, so it actually tells you the anchor text as well, right? So it tells you what the anchor text as well. So the anchor text is wheelchair, and that's what is showing you know, in here as well. But uh, the way that the Ahrefs present this data is a lot nicer. So let's look for this website, right? It's Howard something. Let's look for that. Okay, this one over here. So the way that it presents is, you know, in a nicer way. Okay, so this is how it looks like. Okay, and the cool thing over here is that if you look at some of these websites, they tell you if they are you know, it kind of tells you it what their social media links are. So you got Twitter, you got Facebook, you got LinkedIn in here, right? So this makes it super easy for you to reach out to these websites and get them to link to you. So for example, uh, let's look for someone who has a LinkedIn. Okay, so let's say this one. Okay, all you need to do is just click on this and it opens up and it finds their LinkedIn instantly, and you can then try to reach out to them and get a backlink from them, right? So you all you need to do is just put in your competitor's domain, look at their backlinks, and instantly you can be clicking on their social media and reaching out to them directly, right? Okay, or of course you can add it to a campaign, and from the campaign you try to look for the decision maker and get them to place a link back to your website. Okay, and they have a auto discovery feature here as well, which I don't really use it. Okay, so let's say we put Ahrefs in here. Okay, and we can find the author. So the author is Tim Solo, who is the you know, head of marketing at Ahrefs, and we kind of find out how. So if you're running a blog, right, and you are, you know, your visibility is very important to you, with the author feature, right, it tells you how many followers they have, how many you know, uh, how many followers they have, how many tweets, you know, and all the social media data is actually presented to you, which domains they actually write on, right? So he wrote on Moz, Ahrefs, Pin Sucks, their blog, right? All the content is in there as well, and some of the keywords that are ranking for his articles that he has written is also all in here as well, right? I mean, it's not all in here, but it gives you a good idea, right, for what he has. Okay, so that's the auto discovery. There is a browser feature as well, but I don't uh, I don't really use it at all. Okay, I don't really use it at all because pretty much just kind of lets you view the website itself, and you can set up campaigns and contacts so that you can reach out to people for you know, getting backlinks to them, right? So it kind of works like a little CRM system for backlink outreach as well. So that's what I, you know, kind of like about Authoritas, right? So all in all, I would say that Authoritas, it seems pretty okay for what it does. I mean, of course, if you were to compare to Ahrefs, you know, you gotta be paying about $100 over. Sorry, about $99 US a month just for the light plan itself. With Authoritas, they give you like 5,000 keywords for rank tracking, uh, you know, up to 15,000 a month, in fact, and which is actually very generous for their plan, right? So I would say, Authoritas, I think it is a good buy, right? So if you don't have a competitor uh, comparison tool, competitor research tool for SEO itself, Authoritas can be a good option for you, right? So, and that's all for this video. If you like to see more content, be sure to check out my upcoming videos, right? Stay in touch, and I'll see you in my next video.